fought in the Korean War, because when they die, it's over. Nobody can get the story. So to surprise him, my wife wanted to cook Korean food. Almost crying, he said like, oh. 안녕하세요. 저는 네덜란드에서 온 바트라고 합니다. 반갑습니다. I am a full-time YouTuber. When I came to Korea, it was really hard to find a full-time job at the office. So I was looking for other ways, maybe to start my own business. And I was thinking, what if I use the YouTube platform to promote my ideas about the certain business that I wanted to start? But while I was making the videos together with my girlfriend at the time, I noticed that I was really having fun, like editing, filming, making small stories. So it slowly transformed into international couple videos and then later into more documentary style vlogs about history, culture, traveling, stuff like that. So that girlfriend is now my wife. Yeah, I am. It's a bit stressful at times to make money, but so far I manage. I'm consistent, I'm doing what I like to do. I see improvement in myself. I learned a lot of things, so I really think that it suits me well. I think so. By reading, watching films, watching YouTube videos, talking a lot to other people, traveling. Yeah, this is veteran Dick, old man who fought in the Korean War. I got to know him through an organization called Vox, and they care about all the still living Korean War veterans in the Netherlands. They get medals, they keep track of who dies, they fought, when they came, how they came. I asked him, hey, can I interview a few of your members? So they introduced him to me. Look how fast he walks. At that age. So this is my wife, and she's cooking bulgogi for him because when he was in the Korean War in Korea, he didn't try Korean food. They only tried American rations. So to surprise him, my wife wanted to cook Korean food because that's how she is. Yeah, he knew a few Korean words. He used to know a lot more, but he's old, so he forgot a lot of things. But words like pali pali, 감사드리고, he knows bulgogi. I think he tried Korean food after the Korean War. You can see in his face how happy he was to receive the Korean food from a Korean. I think he went back to Korea after the Korean War a couple of times. That's how he got to know the Korean food. We didn't eat together. He ate it later. He finished the bulgogi, so he called me, almost crying. He said like how thankful he was for the bulgogi and that it was really tasty. I don't know how he got my phone number. I think at first he was like, here we go again, just somebody who wants to know my story during the war. Because they don't really, it's not that they enjoy talking about it, because they have seen terrible stuff. They've seen bombs, grenades, explosions, a city completely destroyed, no food, dead people. He lost his friends during the war. So you could see in his eyes that he was not extremely comfortable talking about it. But he was comfortable with us, since my wife and I sincerely being interested in the story. Not just to get the information, but to have a good time, talk about Korea. I asked him, so what was the reason you wanted to go to Korea? He met the father of one of his best friends in his hometown. And he asked, hey, your son, where is he now? And that father said, he went to the war in Korea. It's like, oh really? I'm a bit bored now, then I also go to Korea. So he just went to the Korean War just because of his friend went to Korea as well. So that was the only reason. I was like, wow, like you go to war, you know, like your friend go there, so you go too. That was funny and also a bit sad at the same time. It's not that it changed me, but you get a whole different perspective on the world. You realize that this man in front of you is a walking history book. He has experienced so many things. Can you imagine that you were in Korea during the Korean War? Nobody can, but he was there. We sometimes forget to talk about these things with our grandparents, and they have so much stories, so many things to tell, that I felt a little bit regret not talking to my own grandparents about their own experiences. Because now I can only, because they're both passed away, so I can only get it from their photos, their diaries, but not from real conversation, like, hey, granddad, how was it during the war, you know? I think it's unique in a way. Like, which YouTuber thinks of talking to a veteran, right? Like, there are interviews, but they are a bit impersonal, not so personal, just in a formal setting. But this was really personal. It was just me visiting that man and have a good time together. Yeah, that was, I think, unique. Thank you, Mr. Herman. As a Korean, we owe you a debt of gratitude for your service. And thank you, Bart and his wife, for the kindness and taking a time in your busy life. Not only to visit the Korean War veteran, but also cooked for him. Us all Korean thank all of you. 감사합니다. 충성. I feel touched by this and many of those comments. I never made this video to get any, I never want to receive anything. I didn't get a sponsorship, I didn't get money for this, I just sincerely really want to talk to these people before they die. Because when they die, it's over. Nobody can get the story. So the first veteran I interviewed was 3 months after my interview, he died because of Corona. And it's one of the few relationships that the Netherlands and Korea have, is the Korean War. and hitting and a few other things, but not many. So I want to use this to kind of build a bridge, a friendship between our countries. And then if people thank you for it, yeah, that makes me feel good. Yeah. The way his face lit up and his eyes sparkled when he saw that you made him Korean food. I got kind of teary-eyed after that. How sweet of you to give this man a little platform to tell his story. Yeah. It's good to see that Korea is appreciating a veteran, and I think Korea is one of the few countries that does it really well to show their appreciation to whoever fought in the Korean War. That's good to see. I just hope I get more opportunities to talk to these veterans, and if they want, they can share their story on my channel, so we can all learn something and feel a little bit warm, right? Just the sense of humanity. Because 2,200 people liked this comment. They all felt something from it. Korea is a place where I feel safe, where I feel comfortable, where I can build up a happy life with my wife. When there are so many foods to try, even after 3.5 years, I didn't try not yet all of it. And where there are so many things to learn for me personally, I can grow as a person in this world. That makes me really want to stay here and explore all the other bits that I haven't explored yet. So that's what Korea means to me. Yeah, if I get the opportunity, yes. I really want to make more videos to introduce the Netherlands to Korea and Korea to the Netherlands. Because I feel responsible as a Dutch YouTuber in Korea to kind of build that bridge between both countries. So thank you for watching, everyone. If you liked the video, then click subscribe, click the like button, leave a comment below, and then we see you next time. Bye bye.